Spirit Dancers had a great season. We started off at York. He ran a good race, he was third, and sort of kept him for the John Smith's Cup because we felt he was sort of the type of horse that might run well in it. We did feel he was well handicapped, and history shown he probably was, but I'm afraid he got coffin draw on 21, which is nearly impossible to win from. But he still ran a good solid race, but then he's come good since. I think he won 3 in a row, with the Strensel being the last. Yeah, he was consistent and running well. Gave him a little bit of a break after the Strensel there, and used the run at Newmarket the other day as a prep for Bahrain, because he'd had sort of 4 runs in a month, and I just wanted to give him a bit of a chance. And the target all season, well, probably from when he won the handicap at Windsor, was for Bahrain, because it's a $1 million race, and good opportunity, and trip, track, everything will suit, so we're looking forward to it. Sir Alex has always had shares in horses with us, with Jack Hansen, on and off throughout my training career. I find him a great man. I have had some fantastic conversations with him. He's a good guy, and he's been up the yard a few times, and you can see why he's been head of his sport for years, because he's got a great manner and a proper gentleman and a proper leader, if that makes sense. But he's been extremely patient with this horse. When he arrived, as you can imagine, he's been quite backward, and to be fair to Sir Alex, he can understand from footballers and think that sometimes they need time to mature, and this horse was one of them. So you can compare his sport with our sport, and he's been very patient, and fingers crossed he carries on to come good. We're quite spoilt, really. Generally when we go to something like this, they cover most of the expenses, which makes it easier, but they've put $1 million on. And looking at the race, I mean, it's nearly a Group 1 there, looking at the entries, if everybody turns up. But generally when we're travelling like this, I mean, we've had winners in Canada, we've had winners, a lot of winners in France. You know, you're generally going for the better races. But look, Bahrain's is an up-and-coming racing nation, and they're really pushing it. I think we were third in this race a couple of seasons ago. It was $500,000. Now it's $1 million. So it just shows you how much they're pushing it, and they want to be part of the world scene, and they are part of the world scene now. You need a good horse to win these races, and there's not many of them about. And we're just lucky we've had a few over the years that can compete at this level. He's a very laid-back horse, and when you're going about international runners, you've got to pick the right horse, and this horse's mind is great. I'm sure he'll probably drive the plane back on the way home, because he's just so laid back. There's no issues with him at all. That's another thing you'd sort of take on board when you are travelling aboard. I've no worries with this guy whatsoever. He'll arrive there fully fit and just really tick over till the race. Fingers crossed we get a decent draw and get a bit of luck, and I believe Sir Alex is going, so it would be a great trip for everyone.